said, welcome back to It's Not a Phase. I'm still just Jess. Over here to my left, whatever, is Raven McBlackfall, Mr. Raven Blackfall. And I shouldn't have said McBlackfall.
No, are we still running with that joke?
Yeah, we're still running with that joke,
It
always
still
and
hasn't
forever.
died yet.
And then down here on the bottom, reporting all the way from another country, we've got DJ Raev up in here. And it's been a
Word.
while, you guys. It's been like a summer. We've had all sorts of shit going on. We haven't even done season premiere for season two, like we, as in me, because I wanted to make sure we were all good with the schedule and everything. Because it's been my fault. It's been all sorts of people's fault, but that's fine because we're here and we're together, and we are
It's been a
ready
summer.
to bring the fucking dark shit. And yeah, exactly. So what has been up? You guys better have a lot, because I fucking don't.
Um, so I don't have a ton. I've been pretty
Okay,
busy as well. I did go to Black Planet, the Black Planet revival, which
nice.
which used to be at High Dive,
Yes.
and they moved it to Outer Limits Lounge. And I think Outer Limits Lounge is such a fantastic venue for that show for those guys. Um, Only because it just really has the real ethos of the whole all grimy punk, goth, post-punk kind of. It just feels right. It fits. It really fits. Not that the aesthetics of High Dive wasn't. I really love Dave when he was running that joint. But I really love they've got a little chapel out there in the back. They've got like the crowd there. The night that I went last month was fantastic.
It was
Great
very
group. It was,
swanky. It was a very swanky place.
oh, at High Dive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. High Dive's a little, it's a little too clean almost,
Mm-hmm.
Like you need a little
Yeah.
grime,
Schmutz it
little
up a
little
little.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
And then concerts. I totally forgot I went to this concert because this is not really in our genre, but I know each of you actually, Rave, you were there. You were at Weird Al. Yes.
Yes, I
Oh,
was.
weren't
Yes,
you
we
wildly hungover and like you hated your whole fucking life that day though? Because it was after Canadian 4th of July. Or like, I know it's not really Canadian 4th of July, but I don't know what else to call it.
I mean, I
You know what
wouldn't
I mean?
say I was wildly hungover, but it's it's an experience coming into the U.S. in any way. So I don't ever enjoy that experience anymore.
Is it like 94 extra steps now? Like what's going on with that? I haven't gone into Canada since I was like 13, so I wouldn't know.
The reality is, like, my day to day hasn't changed. It's that sword of Damocles, that looming scepter, that scythe ready to just mow us all down when we enter the U.S. anymore. It's an ever present feeling when crossing into the states that, hey, just because I have Canadian plates on my car, I could be fucking targeted, and my passport that says I'm a citizen means absolutely nothing. So I'm not enjoying myself anytime I have to step foot into the country.
Scary times, man.
which is every day, right?
Every
That's
workday.
that's
every
crazy.
every day that he has to go and make the monies here in the United States.
You gotta worry. Even if it's just the vibe of it, right? Even
Mhm.
just the psychology of the idea. Yeah, no, that I can't imagine. Other than back when I used to do bad things and I used to pick up things from bad people in bad places, and I was like, I could anytime they could pull me over because I don't look like I'm supposed to be here. It's like that kind of feeling, and you just are just waiting for it because you never know when you're finally gonna get hit. But you have an actual Canadian license plate too, so that's like you have a flag on the back of your car that says like, "Hey, buddy, come get me." So, I mean, yeah, fingers crossed that fucking I don't even know what to say about that. I mean, shit.
And I understand the likelihood of me being hit in any way is extremely low because I have a trusted traveler pass. I've gone through all kinds of extra security steps with the government. Both governments have absolutely everything on me. I don't even have a speeding ticket you can find.
Damn.
So it's like I'm squeaky clean and I'm still stressed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can only imagine what people who have a any kind of infraction, or they probably just try to just, I mean, I would assume most people trying to wouldn't want to cross the border. They don't even want to deal with the risks or the ramifications, you know?
Mm-mm.
Like I could completely understand that, because it's like why I have the headaches. Should we talk, can we talk about the South Park episode? Have we all seen it? Because I feel like that would be kind of cool.
I have, and it's actually kind of funny because the topic at the end, I kind of this is all leading up into all of this, man. It's kind of interesting because I said that I had a hot topic that, you know,
You had a clothing store?
pretty much, pretty much. Or then there was the one video game topic from before, but we might like you were like, I might need to think about that. And we'll get to the topic at the end, the whole unless you guys had something like for the Gab game and
Or
whatnot,
gripe.
gripe. But it's more of a Gab and a gripe and a debate all wrapped in one. And hopefully we don't get canceled. So, um, when it comes to what we did this summer, so okay, I passed my A&P class. I got an A+ in that. I was like one of
Nice.
3 people that did, and we've just been like living the life all summer, trying not to be broke. But then last week, thank you fucking climate change, you guys know what happened to me and why we couldn't
Mm.
film, and it was because my basement filled up with 5 inches of water in 30 minutes or less. You can see it on my Facebook. I might put it on my TikTok as well. I did make a TikTok of the flooding, and then I probably realized I shouldn't have, because then I got struck down in the basement area right after that. I was like, that's what I get for making fucking jokes. But I do need a new hot water heater. That sucks. The city might cover
Mm.
it though, and so and I still have not turned the central air back on. That's why I look like a sweaty pink little piggy. I didn't do no makeup or anything because it would have just melted off anyhow. And I haven't had a hot shower in about a week, so my water is cold and my house is hot, and it sucks. But I am slated to get out on August 15th. I'm probably going to go to a CD noise show
Ooh.
in a basement at the Kung Fu Academy. I don't know if you
Oh
guys are familiar,
yeah.
you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah. I know the Kung Fu. I know Kung
Buddies
Fu.
in Mortar Mouth are doing a show, and there's also other bands that are doing a show with them. So if you want to see me in person, I have already cleared this as far as babysitting goes, and it's within my budget because it's free, so I can afford that. It's donation suggested, so I'm probably not going to be a dick and just not, give anything. I'll probably throw some money, and whatnot. But
Cash in there.
that's what I'm going to be doing. And I did get to go to Cedar Point once this summer. So other than that,
Bragger.
I've just been trying to do like down home Michigan things that aren't that expensive, because shit's so expensive now. And yeah, the economy, I mean, I hear it's coming back, but I haven't seen it that much in the ticket prices of all the groceries and everything that much. I know eggs aren't like $5 a fucking dozen anymore, but we're still not quite there. So anyhow,
Mr. Mr. Raev, do you have any things to share from your side of things over there in Asylum Land?
other
Honestly,
than
I've been doing a lot more private parties. Some I can talk about, some are private enough I can't talk about.
I was gonna say private
Oh,
parties.
right, right. Okay,
I'm
okay,
not going
okay.
to elaborate on any
No,
of
you
that.
no,
I
you
don't, I
can't. No,
think
you
you
can't.
did. I think you just did. Like,
Well, there
The
was a little elaboration on our one of our last
and we
one of
talked
our
about it
yeah.
after we quit recording.
Oh, was
yeah.
that I cannot, I do not, I didn't say anything, so yeah, but
Mm.
I do recall, and I was like, "Oh, yes, that's awesome."
Yes, that's interesting. But I've been going, Marcy and I've been going to London, Ontario a lot because there's a goth scene there, and we've been kind of building bridges with one another to the point that a lot of them are coming to Windsor a lot. We're going up there a lot. We're trading our DJs back and forth. We're coordinating it, with everything together. We're comparing notes on, our marketing, advertising, what we're looking to accomplish out of our nights. And we're really putting a strong focus on trying to merge our two scenes because they're only 2 hours down the road from us.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So we're really putting a lot of effort into trying to merge it into just one greater community because they're in the shadow of Toronto, we're in the shadow of Detroit. But if you combine us, there's over 1 million of us, a
Right.
million people. So
Damn.
Yeah.
It's kind of
There's a
like how
lot of
we fuck
space.
with Lansing a lot, like Detroit will fuck with Lansing, and
Ann
sometimes
Arbor.
Ann Arbor. Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
Necto.
yeah,
I
I
always
know.
forget of fucking
I
Necto.
know. I know. Flint people who come out like to
There you
stuff
go.
like down here in Detroit and stuff. Probably because they don't have a lot of stuff going on in their own scenes up there.
We got water
So
and shit. Yeah, exactly.
oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
drinkable water. Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
for sure. For
Sort of.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does that include the Hamilton people, or is that
No,
separate?
Hamilton's separate.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
you've been
Because
going to
I
like
was
plays and fancy shit.
Yeah,
no, no,
well,
no. So Hamilton's like a suburb right outside of like
Oh, I thought you
Toronto.
were talking about like
No,
fuck.
no,
Because
no. We're not talking about the.
no,
you have been going to plays and shit. I've seen it on your Facebook. Okay.
go to a lot of that.
Yeah. See, I'm
Doing
red now,
class
more
at.
red than normal because I feel dumb. But
But no,
yeah.
Hamilton is kind of in between like the Niagara and Toronto region, and they're their
Yeah.
own scene. We don't really have a relationship with them. I've had some dealings with them that were very distasteful.
Oh.
So I've not put any effort into trying to reach out to any of them.
Yeah. You're like, fuck
Like
you
there's
guy.
people from out there that come to Windsor instead because they say it's such a toxic shit show out there.
Oh. Okay.
A lot
So
of drama.
there's
Drama llama shits.
much like Detroit, there's competing venues, competing nights, but it's a much smaller community, so it's much more polarized.
Yeah.
And you have to be. It's probably more cutthroat than rather than trying to be like, hey, like some people were trying to like schedule shows on certain nights, not to step on feet of other venues, to
Mm-hmm.
be like, hey, these are the nights we want to do them. We don't want to take people away from this show on this night or that show on that night. At least being like, at least being generous, rather than be like, no, F those people over there at this venue, F those people over there on that venue. I'm doing my show on my night. And it's just
Yeah, I know
like
they're seeing it's some camps are very bitter towards one another. There's accusations that fly back and forth. It is just
that is not a
you
that is not a scene that we want to grow here, and I get
yeah,
that.
so and you know what?
Yeah.
It could be a vocal minority that's obnoxious,
A lot of the time it is.
but the ones I've had to deal with, the ones I've encountered, the ones I've seen and heard about, they're obnoxious enough that I just rather leave them over there. Niagara can deal with them.
They're like, fucking suck it.
But even that, I've been Niagara just launched a new goth night called Raev Yard, or it starts off Graveyard, where they focus in heavy onto the old school kind of you know, late 70s, early 80s, late 80s kind of stuff. But as the night goes on, she actually removes the G off of the graveyard sign and focuses more onto agro tech and, shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it becomes the
Interesting.
rave yard. So my buddy Jules just launched that out in Niagara. So I've been kind of cheerleading her along and networking with Niagara a bit as well. And
Well, hell yeah. If you're in Niagara, then go ahead and check that out.
If I ever take a trip up there, which I may sometime, I will check that out for sure.
Mm-hmm.
and my buddy Jules, I know her through Dark Force Fest. She's
Oh,
hardcore cyber goth, her and her fiance, and just
so
cool as fuck.
I know you love that.
So, Jules is cool as fuck. She put on a great event. I've seen a lot of the feedback, a lot of pictures. She did a few things that I wish I had thought of. So I want to go check that one out myself.
Let us know how that is. So, when it comes to news, I actually had one of my TikTok viewers because I've been converting my TikTok people. It started with health, right? And so I started having them listen to health because they have to. That's required if you're gonna watch me. No. One of my favorite people, her name's eBunny. She's one of my moderators for TikTok. She discovered health through me, but then she discovered Pixel Grip, and she's like big into Pixel Grip now. And there was some salacious shit that happened. She sent me a clip about this, but I'm just gonna straight look it up while I'm like
Oh, you
talking to
talking
you
about the
guys.
sample?
Yeah, so see, you're gonna hit me with that. I literally didn't know
Rave's
what to even
already
look up.
on
I
this
looked up
shit.
Pixel Grip
He's
drama.
already
Did I
knows
like
about
steal
it.
this from you?
No,
Was
no,
this
I
going to be
wasn't
your
going to
news
talk
this
about it.
week?
This was just in the scene news, you
So
know.
yeah, apparently Travis Scott, who is everybody's favorite person that caused a lot of people to die at a concert like 3 years ago or however many that was, even like a 10-year-old
Oh
little
yeah,
boy. Yeah,
Astroland,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like a documentary about that too. I still got to watch it when I can afford Netflix again. But basically he sampled uh it says the dark wave, goth, and synth pop band scored a placement on Scott's star-studded Jack Boys 2 with a sample of its song Pursuit without the band's knowledge. And Scott's team is now clearing the sample, a co-producer said. How often does this happen to us? Like, there's actually a fucking thing. She sent me like a TikTok, and I haven't actually watched it, so I'm not gonna put it on here because I don't know, you know. I don't want it to like copyright banana me or whatever the fuck. But somebody even posted on the comment section like, oh well, nobody even knows who Pixel Grip is, so who cares? For the record, I didn't know who Travis Scott was until he killed like almost 10 people through negligence. And then, like I had no fucking idea. I listen to real rappers, fucking it's kind of interesting how often this happens. Like, I don't know if you know Cold Cave. Pretty much everybody does at this point in time. But back in the day, Wesley Isold put like poetry in some underground magazine or something like that. It was some underground publication. And motherfucking Pete Wentz from Fall Out Boy, of all people, ripped it thinking like, oh, nobody, it's just some fucking underground publication, something or other, and used it in one of Fall Out Boy's songs. And correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I've been told of the lore of the urban legend of Cold Cave, fucking it was when Wesley Isol was still in the band Some Girls, which was kind of like a more hardcore band, and he caught wind of this. That Fall Out Boy took his shit and he sued the fuck out of Wentz, and then he had enough money where he's like, oh, he fucking formed Cold Cave. So as it goes, like, thank you Fall
Thank
Out,
you.
but yeah, thank you Fall
Thank
Out
you,
Boy for
Fallout
giving
Boy.
us Cold Cave.
Literally
But
never thought I'd ever have to utter those words.
no, and I'm wondering how much fucking money Pixel Grip is gonna come after Travis Scott for, because they're about to blow up pretty fucking big. I almost saw
See,
them open for Health last year, but I didn't want to take the kid to that portion of the show for two reasons. A, I didn't want her to ass out way too early in the show, and also Pixel Grip's a little bit more racy as far as the lyrics go than Health. So I was like, you should probably
and
sit
I
this
saw a
one.
statement come out of Pixel Grip, though that flat out said they weren't coming for money. Just hey, if you like our shit, give us some credit. Maybe help get our name out there, boost us up a little bit. That's all we're asking. If you really like what we did, let's do something in the studio together.
Yep.
And it's like that's a very classy approach, and I really respect that. So they didn't even come saying, "Hey, pay me, bitch." They said, "Hey, maybe at least just help boost our name up there." So, because if you guys really liked it, someone else might, and we could really use the boost.
Yep. I'm kind of even I'm reading through this. What did he say anything? Did he apologize? He doesn't have a good track record of apologizing for things that he's
He ain't
responsible
going to
for,
apologize for shit.
clearly.
We're talking about Travis Scott.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no,
yes.
that ain't happening.
I don't think
I don't think
no.
so.
Yeah,
He'll pay
no.
he'll probably pay up and then just be like, that's it. That's me. That's me apologizing.
It said they've already reached out to Pixel Grip's reps, and Pixel Grip will be compensated and credited on kick out. So Oh, Momberger, so like one of his representatives messaged the band via Instagram, which is like the official way of getting a hold of somebody these days, to
Oh
Right,
my
apologize
right.
that the song
God.
wasn't cleared prior to
Oh my
release,
God.
or at all, in my opinion. They just
Right.
fucking took it. So I guess they kind of apologized, you know. It says I would like to have good faith and not think that Scott and his producers were implicit in theft or knowingly try to pull one over on us. Lukia from Pixel Grip said maybe there's a lot going on and they were trying to get the album out as quickly as possible. At the worst, I think they're a little disorganized. And so that I don't get accused of ripping anything off, I'm quoting from Block Club Chicago, which is a publication that I was reading this on because it's in the news. It's in like the big news.
I
So
thought like CBS picked up on it and shit.
yeah, probably.
CBS picked up on a news about Pixel Grip
That's when you
and
know you're in
Travis
trouble.
Scott.
Yeah.
What? Was that a slow news day? They couldn't be talking about the Epstein files or something like that? What the hell?
No, nobody wants to be talking
No
about it
one wants
now
to talk
because
about that anymore.
everybody's involved somehow. It's just like how all of us have been in pig face. Everybody in politics has been in the Epstein files apparently. So it's like the pig
There you
face of
go.
the United States government.
Even Martin's in the mentioned in the Epstein file somewhere.
Yep.
Probably.
People we probably know are in we're like it's 7 degrees of being in the Epstein files, you know.
Kevin Bacon.
Yes, Kevin Bacon's probably in the. No, I'm not going to say that out loud, but because
No.
he probably was not. It was
No.
clearly a joke.
No.
But
Yeah.
yeah, that is going to be more wildly disturbing as it unfolds as well. Just like the whole Diddy party thing, like between Diddy and Epstein, like everybody's going down.
Mm.
Everybody fucking going down. So
Interesting choice of words.
yeah. Oh, and I knew one of you
Oh.
was going to say it, and I thought it was going to be you. Ah, man. Nailed
Phrasing.
it. Nailed it. We're still
Oh,
doing the phrasing.
I forgot to mention an event that's going to be coming up on my radar for this weekend.
Okay.
Smalls is doing a back-to-back a double club night. Friday's Thirst Wave and Saturday's IIND.
I want to go to that.
Why they're doing it this way is kind of weird because their Saturday is going to be their like Depeche Mode tribute night, but it's Industrial's Not Dead. I feel like they should have switched that
Yeah, they should have switched that.
because if you're gonna do the Depeche Mode night on Thirst Wave, because that makes more sense, does it not?
My theory here, no, I had something, but I lost it.
I
Thirst
just
Wave
don't.
doesn't seem like it pulls as many people, maybe, and I could be wrong on that. And maybe that's why they put it on the Friday instead of the Saturday, which makes sense. But why wouldn't they have done the Depeche Mode? Because maybe they're trying to really pull people with the Depeche Mode night thing. I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah, I
fucking
don't.
message Mike and ask him. Just
You know
ask
why
him
the Depeche
directly.
Mode is happening, right?
What,
Cat's
is this some
birthday.
kind of like? Oh, is it
Cat's birthday.
I would have guessed. Yeah, because
All
it's
right. Well, we
August.
have the answer.
All right,
We have the
Cat.
answer.
That makes a lot of sense then. That makes a lot more fucking sense then. That was gonna be my guess. That's sad. That fucking still fucks me up. I actually have not been back to small since, and partially out of sadness and partially out of lack of money. But
Dude, if you want to go, like, I will pay you the five. I will pay the $5 for you to
I
get in.
should. I should. I should
No,
do
for
that. I
real.
should
I'm
take
not
you
even
up on
kidding.
that. Yeah.
I mean, I won't
I-
get out of work till 11:30, and I probably won't be down there till almost midnight. But hey, commiserating with your scene mates, even for a couple hours,
It's necessary.
I don't know. I wouldn't
Speaking
call
of
it
Smalls,
necessary.
though,
Mhm.
Yes.
we are close to settling a date, but I'm actually going to be having a Smalls DJ at Asylum.
Ooh, which one?
This year.
Whoa.
Who?
An import or
We
an
are bringing
export?
in an import.
Who is
Yeah, we
it?
are exporting.
Are you not allowed
apparently.
to say?
Well, I
They'll?
think it's more fun to make it known when it happens, but
It's Aaron, isn't it?
we're gonna be having
You
a
start
Smalls
fucking-
DJ.
The look on your face. It's got to be Aaron. I'm just gonna go with that. So this is that part I was talking about. Let's take a quick intermission, because people, don't need to know that I don't have the Zoom Pro right now because I'm recovering. I'm a recovering poor person.
Economic recovery.
Economic recovery stimulus package. All right, so we're gonna end this and then come right back, and nobody's even gonna know because it's just gonna bloop right into it.
And
So
this is where you do the.
okay, so I got this today because it was on sale at Kroger and I used a coupon on top of the sale. Who am I anymore? I used to go to like Fogo de Chao and shit like that. Now I'm shopping for sparkling water on price point. Oh,
Wait, which sparkling water are you drinking?
Buble. I couldn't even afford LaCroix.
Michael Bublé. Bublé water.
Bublarmus. Somebody said that it basically tastes like a fruit farted in the water.
Oh.
Oh, look, I'm double pounding it.
Oh, double fisting the Bublés.
Oh,
Extra Bublé.
Oh, did you find? So you lied about the cans because I keep seeing the big cans all around my house.
They're still.
They got to run out first, is what you're saying?
Yeah, they're still stocking them.
You got to drink them all.
Well, yeah, they're gonna sell them. They're not just gonna pull the cans and then just not sell the inventory. They'll sell it.
I'm gonna buy them and then sit on them for a long time and then sell them on.
There are people who are scalping them on.
I knew it.
No, Liquid Death literally wrote that on their website. They're like, sorry, we don't have the 19-ounce cans. We're not selling the 19-ounce cans anymore unless they're at venues like concerts.
People
and
can't
whatnot.
afford it. They can't afford the
people
extra,
will
like,
always
6
be able
ounces.
to. You'll always be able to buy them them at increased insane prices on eBay or whatever. Like they literally they get it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They get it.
Yeah. You could
But I
still
don't.
find Crystal Pepsi on eBay if you look hard enough, and I wouldn't recommend drinking it.
Nah, probably not.
Nah.
Raev, do
Raev, you're
you
looking at me old because you're old enough to have had Crystal Pepsi before.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
didn't. It wasn't good then.
I had it when I was 7 one time. Yeah, back when
But
it was still.
the aging process, who knows what that caramel color really does? Oh, or the
I've
lack of
seen
caramel
them.
color really does.
I've seen them, and they're yellow now. Like the people
Oh,
on
are they
eBay that
really
sell them.
oh,
Like
so
they've sat so long
it's
because
just going back to its natural state.
exactly. Dude, there was one dude, remember Orbits
Yeah. Oh, I love
with the little
orbits. Oh my God, the little balls that were floating in it.
what is wrong with you? What
That's
are
what
you
that's what
even?
they were.
What kind of animal are you? Nobody liked Orbits.
I
We just
liked
bought it
them.
because it was to look like it was space, but it tastes like fucking galactic jism.
Galactic Jism. I
Oh,
didn't mind. I didn't
well,
mind.
now I know what you're into. But
Yeah.
there was some dude that bought some off eBay. I'll make this really quick, and then he drank them for science. Not really. It was for TikTok views, and like I don't think he posted anything after that because he's
He's
probably dead
probably
now.
dead.
He's probably dead.
He's probably
R.I.P.
dead.
All for the clout, man. So, Rafe, you said you had something small you wanted to share as you were looking down on your phone.
Yes. I do talk about my love of going to Dark Force Fest a lot, and the bands coming out for 2026 are quite interesting. But I do want to point out that my gut is telling me, plus the rumor mill is telling me that 2026 is definitely the year to keep an eye on. I know who
Rumor
they've been
mill.
trying. I know who they've been trying to land for years, and the rumor mill is that they did land them, and it's somebody that we've not seen in the North America in a very long time.
So that excludes health. Okay.
But even without that, the 18 bands they've announced with none of the three headliners yet, the 18 bands they've announced are all pretty solid. So like if these are just the first 18 of usually 36 to 40, I'm like,
Let me
what
look
in the
this up.
fuck are they doing? It's Anders Manga, Area,
Oh, jeez. I didn't even
Crom,
know Anders manga was fucking doing anything still.
Crom, Crossbreed, Dasik, Inesk, uh, ESA, which electronic substance abuse,
Hmm.
FGFC 820,
Oh, I love ESA.
Forever Gray, Frontal Boundary, Ghost Cop, Leather Strip, Male Tears, Panic Lift, Rabbit Junk, Reaper, Ultra Sun, and Ultra Null.
Why
Those are
they
the
have such
first.
a great fucking lineup this year? That's like fucking
It's not. They're not
fantastic.
even done.
Dude, that
They're
was
not
like
even
their
done.
most diverse fucking lineup that
That's
they've
just the
ever
first
had.
half. That's just the first half of what's being announced, and no headliners.
They're
And it's
just
like,
getting started.
what the fuck do they? If that's your first 18,
I want to go now. Now I actually really want to go. Mm-hmm.
Get tickets from
yeah,
Oh,
2147.
fucking God, get tickets. Get tickets. God damn it. Well, there goes
it's
that plan. No, I
You also
you
probably
have to
know
get to. You
I'll be
also have
caught
to
up.
get to like New Jersey too.
Yeah, that's fine, but I'll get caught up by then, I'm sure. We'll be good.
between London, Windsor, and Detroit, there's a group chat we have going that's close to 20 people. So we coordinate, like people carpool, coordinate. We make food runs for each other if need be. So
Hmm.
it's like there's an entire support network for getting down there. Some people fly, some people drive.
And my kid will be old enough where she won't hate me for, dragging her to how many days is this? Like three? Two?
Three,
3
Three?
days.
She'll
three
be
days.
fine with that. We don't got to see every band.
Well, you
We can
can't.
see every. You can't?
You can.
No.
You
It's two
can.
Can you
different
see?
rooms. Yeah,
Oh,
you
so
can
you
see
can
every
just go
band.
back and forth.
Yeah, because it's
That's what she
like this.
said.
So up here is one room, and right over here is the other. So you can literally just go out, take 10 steps, and go in another door, and that's where the other band is.
Hmm.
So you can see every band if you have the stamina for it.
If you're willing to go stage to stage,
That's
It'll
no.
Diana.
I'm thinking that might be really rough for 3 days on it. I mean, I have
Oh,
trouble
it's hard. It
with cold waves when I went. My feet were killing me by day like two and a half.
That you got to pick and choose which bands You know, it's at least not like Sick New World, even though it was only on one day, so it was like running a marathon. That was quite the fucking marathon to run in the desert. Because like you couldn't go take a fucking dump without missing somebody that you want to see because they had 4 stages at the same time.
Did you
And
pre-plan?
yeah, and I still missed Mr. Bungle and Hunter Gex. Yeah, yeah. We were at the Thai restaurant when Mr. Bungle was on. And I was like, fuck, and I
And
realized
like
it.
just outside of where the bands are playing, just outside of the building, they have a line of food trucks, so people can go out, hit a food truck, shovel some food in there, and just get right back inside and right back at it if you want. But it's also a full blown convention with all kinds of vendors and panels and side activities as well. So I mean, there's plenty to do if
Side
you need to take a
activities.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a door last year on the mezzanine party floor that all it had was a pineapple on it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't go in there.
I'm sure. I'm sure because you had one on your room.
We were there for the bands. There was no energy left for any of that. I mean, it could have been, hot and cold running strippers on tap, and there was nothing left in the tank to enjoy it.
It's like your wedding night where you're like, all right, honey, let's get to the concert. You know? Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
get it.
no.
You're like, I'm too grumpy to fuck.
No.
Ah.
Hey, you know what? You're there for the music, not for extracurriculars, you
Sure,
know.
sure.
It's
Absolutely.
it's 4,000 goths, 3 days, music from like 2 p.m. until 2 a.m.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a
And
lot.
it's
That is-
BYOB.
Oh, that's better though. That's actually that would get me to go way more. Because then I don't
It's
got
better if you don't know to pace yourself and you and your wife sit down in the main room and pass out cold against the wall during Dasiek's performance and you miss most of it.
It's like you had
Well,
like
you
a
always
man.
have 2026 because they're coming back.
It's like a man
I'm
fest moment
glad
for
they're
you
coming
guys
back.
there.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Because we were walking around with a giant bottle of Jameson, just throwing it back all
why
day
liquor?
long.
Why liquor?
God,
You gotta
you
drink
didn't think
beer,
that
buddy. You
was
gotta
a
drink
good
some beer.
idea?
Pace yourself.
And we get to like midnight and we're just sitting there like, fuck. We leaned against the wall and like people are leaving, waking us up. And like whatever happened in between, I don't know.
That happened
Like,
last time I
what
went
are
to
these
Cold Waves.
homeless goths just like strolled in here and passed out on the floor?
We had a bunch of people go with us to Cold Waves, and this was years ago at this point, like 10 years ago. And we had one buddy with us, and we're not necessarily on great terms with her anymore, so I'm not going to say her name, but she
Ooh, I
drank
bet
a
I can
whole
guess.
bunch. Maybe. You may DM me with that because you might be right. Because there's, or you could be wrong. There's a few people, I'm sure. But she drank too much, and she would always rag on me for drinking too much. I wanted to see fucking Front 242, which I did, and they did not because she had like fucking 3 shots of absinthe before she went in and just laid down. And Doug looked at me and he's like, just go in and find like Mike or Anthony or somebody and just stay by, or Glitch. He's like, just stay by them. He's like, he's like, I'm not gonna make you miss Front 242 just because this drunk bitch. So I mean, that happens with festivals, especially because you're like out of it. And like, it's almost like when you drink on a plane where you're like way more drunk because you're in the air and that has an effect on you being at a festival. That's a ×2 multiplier at least. So I can't judge you guys. I can't. I was good.
Well,
I was good though at Cold Waves. I wasn't about to do that.
I just want to say, coming from a completely sober perspective, because I've been sober for 3 years now, and
Good
I've been
job.
going.
Good
and
for
I've
you.
been,
Fucking
Yeah.
cheers.
and
Yeah.
I've been going to. Well, I went to Cold Waves was like my first sober like music festival, and that was an experience because it's just everybody drinking and partying all around you, and I'm just like I'm here locked in for the music, but
Mhm.
like. I didn't have anything else to rely on. I'm just like going on like caffeine and just like my own self-will. Hey, buddy. And it was an experience, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I think that's why I could thoroughly enjoy it because I don't have that handicap. I
There
don't
you
have to
go.
worry about over consuming because I'm
Yeah.
like so past that.
So I notice when it comes to drinking now, like I'm able to drink better because I quit smoking the stuff after like 20 fucking years of doing it because my lungs were about to
Good
give
for
out.
you.
Grass.
Yeah, I'm like 3 months strong now, 2 months or
All
something.
right,
I miss
all
it
right.
sometimes,
Oh,
but I
Keep
was that type of
going.
person where I was like around the clock kind of fucking person when
Wake
it
and
came to,
Baker.
oh yeah, an
Oh,
all
yeah.
Yes,
dayer.
we've met.
Yeah. You're like, I remember that person. Yeah. And in like 20 years of that,
Making wake.
you start getting kind of fucking nutty. And then like I stopped and I'm like, man, I don't have just anxiety anymore. You mean to tell me it was that the whole fucking time?
Usually it's supposed to be the
Like,
opposite thing. It takes away
no,
all the anxiety, right?
no,
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 not for some though,
not for
apparently.
me. It would
Marcy
also
won't
make it
touch it for that same reason. It gives her crazy anxiety, and she's the paranoid stone, so she
yo,
has no
Uh-huh.
interest at all.
20
Especially
years
with
of
weed
just
nowadays.
Oh yeah, 20 years of just being scared. Like, what was I doing with my life? And it's like I couldn't talk to people, I couldn't socialize and shit. So, but because of that, for some reason, I notice when I drink now, I can actually pace myself better. So,
Because you don't have that kind of like imbalance
dopamine issues and stuff.
of
Yeah.
like I would just say like altered stateness, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're not like in one altered state to judge your other altered state, like balancing them. That you're like now you can have a better self-reflection.
Science. Yeah. Yeah.
Science.
That
Yeah.
sounds like it
I know.
checks out.
Aside from one occasion at a funeral, the last time I smoked for just the fun of smoking, I think was 1999.
Oh my God. Oh my
I was in
God.
like eighth
I
grade,
am
bro.
I am
What?
terrified of modern weed. Like
Oh my God.
You
Yeah, you
should
should
be.
be. You should
I
be.
want nothing to do with it.
It was
That
like
is
Shit's
not the
like
weed I knew.
13% back then.
yeah,
Now
shit's
it's like
like
Yeah.
meth now, dude.
67%.
It's
Yeah,
like
no.
Yeah,
methamphetamine now.
No, yeah, pretty
nope, I have
much.
no interest. No
Yeah.
interest. I'm scared of it.
You'll have like out of body experiences. Just don't do it, bro.
Yeah.
Just say no.
You
Just like
had
they
your
taught
Yeah,
us.
time.
yeah.
We had our fun. You know,
Yeah.
we're old now.
Yeah.
Just
I
enjoy what
had a
we
lot
have.
of fun in the 90s, and I can even talk about a little bit of it. I'm
Apparently
okay leaving
Raev
it there.
apparently Raev is not old, fucking walking around a whole bottle of Jameson like he just got off the pirate ship or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
So
go hard. You should
I
know
know you.
that.
Yeah, I know. I've met. We've met before.
We've met.
We've met. We've met. We've hung out a few times.
Yes.
Fucking A. Well, I want to put Dark Force Fest on the radar next year, especially because things are looking up for us. This year's the year, you guys. Again, hopefully. Um. So
Yeah,
we want to.
and
Oh, I'm
I'll,
sorry. Oh.
I'll say as for the rumor mill, just the love of music never dies.
Oh.
Oh, well, I mean that is kind of why we're all here, isn't it?
Dropping hints. You're dropping hints, aren't you? You cryptic motherfucker.
The love
That's
of
the rumor
music
mill.
never dies.
So I have a hot topic for tonight that could get us all canceled. Maybe not. Maybe.
Oh,
So
I'm never more than 2 steps away from that. Let's go.
yeah, you're like, whatever. It's not like I can come back to America anyhow, right? You know, you're
Right.
like already dodging fucking border patrol and shit. So Vision Video, our homeboy from Vision Video,
Oh, heck
put a
yeah.
thing out on his Instagram. I should almost just pull the fucking clip up, but I'm not gonna sit here and spend like 5 minutes trying to fucking find it. To paraphrase, it's talking about how in the goth scene you essentially cannot separate the scene from politics. So, and what he meant by that essentially, and what a lot of his fans were chiming in and saying, and this was the whole debate, was the idea that you really cannot be conservative and be goth, if that makes a lot of sense. And there was a lot of fucking debate going back and forth because there are people in the scene, there are people, and I don't even know any personally off the top of my head anymore, like I used to. And I'm not gonna name names or anything like that. There are people in the scene who were considered conservative and considered themselves openly conservative, and there was a lot of hot takes on the Instagram. Most people were in support of his idea on that, and well, I mean, of course, also you got to keep in mind how the algorithm works. It's going to be mostly his fans and mostly people that think that way. But I kind of wanted to open up the discussion on that. Do you think it is acceptable to be essentially conservative in the scene, considering that goth is stemming off of punk and that punk is essentially anti-establishment, kind of anti-corporation, down with the man? I have some ideas and some hot takes on it, but I kind of want to let you guys go first. And this is a very open-ended question. Just don't get yourself in trouble, that's all.
I have a very delicate way of addressing this, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We are part of a counterculture subculture.
Mm-hmm.
The modern culture, the standard culture, by our takes, does run conservative. So you cannot simultaneously be part of the dominant culture and counterculture. You can't do both. You're being disingenuous to yourself and to the people around you if you try to serve both of those masters. Are you counterculture or are you culture?
Interesting. I can't disagree with that. What happens if like
And I am
goth
not even
takes
going to get,
over?
I
What
won't even
happens
get
if goth
canceled.
takes what happens if goth takes over everything and like everybody's goth all of a sudden and like
That's not never
then
never gonna
then we're no longer the
happen.
counterculture. We're no
Never gonna
longer the
happen.
counterculture.
Goth culture will never be the mainstream. Goth
And I
culture
don't want
is
it to be.
no, and it won't. But even if it were, it can because it's the antithesis of what it wants to be, and it doesn't want to mainstreamify itself or anything like that.
Hmm.
Goth culture and like punk culture and all these subcultures go against the grain of modern like the modern movement of conservatism and even centrism
Okay.
in and of itself as a political movement. But I think that it there's a lot of uniformity. However, I think you also have to take in effect there's also financial conservatism, which is a different offshoot politically in a way because it doesn't have to be like you can be liberal minded and still be financially conservative.
Okay.
But
That's
can you?
still yes, I believe you can. But I don't. I'm not saying that I'm debating that. I'm not debating on this side. I'm saying these people are a small minority of a movement. You know, like independents. You know, they're not a very large voting sector, but they exist in a
Hmm.
vacuum.
Hmm.
Um, I'm not saying I agree with any of these people. I'm on the far left end of the spectrum. Um, but I believe that I also do believe that you cannot be part of this counterculture movement and have conservative values. I just think it goes against the entire movement, and I think you are being disingenuous, as Raev said.
And I will say, for goth, I mean, first and foremost, and I will always take the stance that goth in and of itself is predominantly a music-based subculture.
They brought that
And
up too.
I'm going to have take a bone of contention to anybody who disagrees. We are a music-based subculture, but you look at the art that we consume. There, a lot of it is extensions of memento mori. A lot of it is very personal pain and poetics.
Hmm.
And that individualism and the expression throughout the art and throughout the music is often a pushback against things that have been experienced at the hands of the dominant culture. So while we are predominantly music based, a lot of our music is a pushback as well.
Hmm. And they were talking on the Vision Video Instagram about how if you're just a fashion goth, then you're pretty much just cosplaying, which is a bold statement to make. But I can't necessarily disagree because the music not only came first, but the music seems to carry the message. Like if there's any sort of like theology to us, and this is as close as we're getting to that what is goth scary conversation that nobody likes to touch, you guys. I walked y'all right the fuck into it,
Yeah.
didn't I? Ha ha.
yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah.
I could even say that there are some things like, okay, so for instance, firearm ownership. A lot of goth people own firearms, and
Facts.
firearms
Facts.
are kind of considered like a conservative leaning type of a fucking thing. But are
They
you
shouldn't be, in my
necessarily
opinion.
No.
exactly? So I mean,
General
You go far enough
left
left, you
left,
get
you
your
get your
guns
you
guns
get
back.
back. Exactly.
yeah.
Or there's even like some religious types of goth individuals, and I guess my take on that is if you're not like, let's say you're going to some really progressive congregation that's accepting of like LGBTQ people and affirming of different people and things of that nature, that's different than going to one of those like thou shalt not, you can't even draw dragons and fairies and stuff. Like my kid's got a classmate that can't do that because they're like those kind
Wait,
of.
that's a thing?
Yeah, because it's like the
Like fairies and
devil.
dragons are like
It's the
devil
devil.
worship.
Yeah, you remember how like people were burning Harry Potter books and stuff
Oh
before
man,
before
yeah.
we
I
knew about
mean,
how big of a dick
Dungeons and
she is.
Dragons in
Yes.
the 19 what
Yes.
70s was it?
In
And
the
you know,
80s even.
I
And
know
80s, yeah.
I know some Muslim goths. I know some Christian goths. I know some Satanist goths.
Hmm.
I know some. I know a Buddhist goth, and I
What the
have
do I know them?
no.
Okay. It's
I doubt it.
interesting. There's
And
even
I
somebody
have
in,
no.
oh, sorry. I
I
did the
have no
ADHD thing
smoke
there.
with any of that because that's a personal thing, and I'm not going to sit here and dictate anyone's personal relationship with any type of spirituality.
Hmm.
That's not our place.
No.
It's more of how you're
Just
practicing and what you're believing in, and also how you're dictating it onto other people and what you believe
yes.
in their lives. My take on this is so I even though Goth it was like 40 years old at this point, 45 years old at least, roughly.
Me too.
And political views on the party spectrums have shifted over the last 40 years or so.
Mm.
I think that as conservatism stood back then, especially in the Reagan era, and definitely now in the fucking you know who hunt you Canadians down era, fucking savage. It's still pretty
Mango
icky.
Mussolini.
What? God damn
Man-
it.
Mango Mussolini.
I still think on a whole, as a goth person, maybe you don't have to be like the most far left person in the world, right? But you should still be pretty anti-conservative in that
Well, you
kind of a
don't
sense.
have to be, but it's just part of the movement. Like
Right.
you don't have like you even have these guys who are like, not even the most big activist musicians. There are so many popular musicians right now who are doing stuff like Dropkick
So you better get rid of Pornhub right now
Murphys.
and put your
Never.
face back up there.
Never.
There we go. He's back. All right, you
Australia
guys.
wants to ban it, and we cannot have this.
That happened because not because I'm poor, but because my computer is poor. Everything in my house is poor. So even my fucking hard drive. Um, so we were on the topic of can you be conservative and goth, which is, a hot
And
topic.
Raven was cooking there, and then recording
Cooking
stopped.
something up, and then the computer clearly works for the FBI and was like, "We can't have this," and shut it down. And so now you're definitely not going to be able to get over the border from Canada into America, Raev. I'm sorry. It's my fault.
Access denied.
Access denied. They're going to stop
Oh
you.
no, I have to
Uh,
stay in the land of healthcare and good food
oh, and
and
poutine.
titties
Yeah.
because you have the right to bear arms. We have the right to bear titties.
You guys apparently have the right to bear arms too. I thought you guys were just walking around trying to stab each other with pencils or some shit, and then you let me know that there are actually firearms in Canada. Trailer Park Boys made it seem like that wasn't a thing. I guess it was just a joke.
It's harder to get them legally, but they're
Interesting.
here.
They're there. They're everywhere. Um,
Uh,
so no, I mean good points in that. What were you saying, Raven?
oh man, I completely lost our train of thought when we went offline. Um, we were talking about religion and stuff like that. But like even like oh yeah, I was talking about like musicians and politics in general.
Yeah,
Like with the current administration, and there's all these concerts where people are like are like their fans, and all of a sudden they realize that their favorite band or the band that they're seeing's politics doesn't align with their own viewpoint, and they don't like their viewpoints anymore.
yeah.
Like Bruce Springsteen or Green Day. I mean, Green Day had an album literally called American Idiot, talking about George W. Bush. Like
I remember.
it was pretty fucking obvious. Um, no one ever thought the Dead Kennedys was a right leaning political group or a centrist political or non political
No,
like
wait,
group.
they are?
I would hope no one ever would think that the
Oh,
Dead
okay.
Kennedys.
Okay. Okay. I was like, huh?
But for some reason, conservatives here in America were under the impression that Rage Against the Machine wasn't raging against some other kind of machine. maybe just like a generic machine, like washer machines,
It's in the
or
title.
but they're like Zach De La Roca was so outspoken about his like anti-American viewpoints. Like
Hmm.
it's just almost mind-boggling
Have they
how
never listened to the album Evil Empire?
or they just didn't pay attention to the lyrics. Like read the lyrics of one fucking song. Like almost pick
Pick one.
one.
Any,
Literally.
any at all.
Like yeah, they sound great, but like listen to the words, man. Like you would figure out that their viewpoints and your political affiliation does not align. And when they put like pictures of Donald Trump behind them and pictures of him and fucking Epstein up there and saying like pedophiles and shit like that. It's like yeah, they've been saying shit like this all along, and it's just like I'm sorry you this band that you paid good money to see doesn't align with you politically, but you've been playing for the wrong team for a while now. It's
Hmm.
like you really it's just like I don't understand
Those
how
are
they
people who know the big radio hits, but don't actually know the music.
they
And I
just come there
firmly
for the
believe
one or
this.
two songs at the end of the show.
People who regularly consume art of any kind are going to have an increased empathy. Art expands experience, expands the mind, expands your interactions with other human beings. And the more you do that, the more empathy you're going to have for your fellow man or
Fair.
woman. Yeah. So,
Fellow person.
yes, thank you.
That was a good way to sum things up. So summarily, uh, fuck the man. Down with the man. And that's what we're going with here. And not
Damn the man,
men,
save the empire.
not men. You know what I mean by that. But
The man.
the man, whoever he is, fucking suck it. And continue on rebelling and raging against all machines everywhere. Especially my fucking PC. This fucking piece of shit. My goddamn hot
It's
water
raging against
heater.
you.
I'm about to try to go fix the furnace. That's what I'm gonna be fucking raging against. So I guess Vision Video is correct on a general whole of that. And even if you, for instance, like the guns thing, that's ambiguous, or like religion, it's really more of how you view and practice those types of things. And obviously, if you're out there like bootlicking fucking billionaires and shit, this probably is not for you. It's probably not for you. So I guess that's where I'm gonna leave off with that. And did anybody have anything else from this stance before we all,
We've
get
all seen the
canceled?
meme that went around, right?
No, maybe, probably.
The only boots worth licking belong to goth girls.
Yeah, okay. Yes, definitely have seen that. Yeah. So with
I
that,
can co-sign that.
I'm still just Jess. This is Mr. Raven Blackfall. And then we've got Raev, who hopefully will still be welcome to come over to America sometimes
After
after
this
this
episode
episode.
airs.
They're sending me to Gitmo.
Oh no, no, goddamn.
Rwanda or
Oh,
alligator Alcatraz. You
Alcatraz,
get
I knew you were
a
gonna
free
say
trip
it.
down to Florida, buddy.
Florida,
Oh,
hey, that
it's like the worst
sucks.
of two things.
That's the worst fucking place
It could
ever.
always be Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio's got Cedar Point, at least. It's
Yeah,
not so high.
they don't send you to Cedar Point. They don't
No, they
know.
don't. They don't.
No,
They
they
send you to
don't.
fucking Kings Island instead. Anyway, that's not a phase. We'll go ahead and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Word.
Goodbye.
Bye.